ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि चाइना कर पा रहा है, यूएस कर पा रहा है, हम नहीं कर पा रहे. Only thing is कि they started and they just started building experience. And May had been building drones from his first year. So he was one of the three idiots who believed very strongly in drones. If we want to build anything for India, we ought to have our own technology. Fast forward, we are building pretty much everything that goes on a drone is designed and built at Botlab Dynamics. Over the years, we have now become one of the top 5 companies in the world to have this capability. And if you look at the market in China, you look at the market in US and Europe, it's a very big growing market. It is kind of replacing the fireworks. When it comes to China, we are not where we should be. Nvidia is nothing special. India can also build product like Nvidia boards. Only thing is we haven't put that much of time and skill set.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Manufacturing Mindset. I'm Sarvesh Kanodia. I'm very glad to have on the show Dr. Sarita, who's the founder and CEO of BotLab Dynamics. It's one of the most special companies I would say that I have met of late, and that is why I couldn't wait to do this with Dr. Sarita. Dr. Sarita, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
No, the pleasure is all ours. Dr. Saita, why don't we get started? And would love to hear about Botlight Dynamics, especially for the audience. What makes it genuinely different from the rest of the drone companies? Of course, we've had a chat around this, but I would love for you to share with our audience as well.
All right. So thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm happy to be here. So I am Sarita, one of the co-founders of BotLab Dynamics. We started from IIT Delhi in 2016, and initial 3 years we wanted to focus on defense, and it was the idea of the main founder of BotLab, Tanmay and Anuj. They graduated from IIT Delhi in engineering physics, and Tanmay had been building drones from his first year. So he was one of the three idiots, who believed very strongly in drones. And so he became very famous, flew his own drone in the third year. And Anuj, being his classmate, course mate, roommate, joined him. And right after graduating, they made a startup by the name of Botlab Dynamics, which is still fortunately continuing. And at that time, I had come back from US with PhD postdoc. I joined them, and the one thread that kept us together for so long, or the one thread that brought us together, was the passion of building hardware for India. I mean, if you look at, still we are sitting in 2026, almost 10 years from where we started. So still our ecosystem for building electronics is quite poor. So our ecosystem doesn't enable us for a lot of innovation in electronic design and manufacturing. As a result, we still do not have our own laptops, cell phones, I mean many other electronic devices, right? So that was the primary focus, that we wanted to build hardware for India in India. And why drones, right? So drones was because it was an upcoming technology. India was just getting started, and it kind of very central to anything that you do in current especially scenario in geopolitically. If you look at, the wars are happening, so we kind of knew back then that drone will help any country uh, becoming more secure. And touch wood, we have been like lucky with this prediction, and we continue to build. And initially we focused only on defense because at that time use of drones by anybody was illegal. Our rules and regulations were very very strict, and as a result, if you see, early on every company wanted to build a drone technology for defense application. But then you might have a question that how is the Bot Lab famous for drone light show, was in defense, and how is it doing now? Where are we? So actually we built defense drones for 3 years. We were the early in terms of thinking about drone swarm technology. In 2018, we were the first one to build a drone swarm technology. We were flying 10 drones at IIT Delhi simultaneously. That brought us a lot of fame. People recognize us for the capability. And also, in your question, you asked how's BotLab different from everyone else. So the one thing that brought us to this point of being different was swarm technology. We understood that to build a startup, you need to have your USP, you need a differentiator. And swarming was our differentiator because we struggled first 2 years and we realized let's build something which is proprietary to us, which brings us to a point where we are separate from everyone else. So that's why it was a well thought decision of getting into swarming, and that took us to Pokhran. We flew our drones there, and we had demonstrated this capability all over India, and we were also nominated for Prime Minister's Award, and all of that was happening. But what was not happening was we were not getting any money, because in defense there's something called NCNC, no commitment, no cost, where you for free show it your technology and they give you feedback. That was all good and well in the early times, but to sustain as a startup you need some funding, and that's why in 2019 we pivoted. So we thought, why don't we look at another application on drone swarm technology, another than defense? Let's see where can we build some revenue. And at that time we started looking at it, and we found Chinese and Russians were doing some drone shows in India. And in Kumbh we saw one live show by a Chinese company, and then the bulb kind of clicked for us, and then we said ki are yaar, let's think about this as an application. So we approached the event company that was organizing a drone show, and we said, could we give you the drones and could you do drone light show with our systems? And then the idea clicked to them, and we took 2 years of the COVID times. 2019 के end में we started, and 21-22 we 19 to 21 we started building our own drones, miniaturized. And one thing that we had learned at Pokhran was, see, you need to have your own hardware. And so if you still look at majority of the drone players, they are assembling drones. And in fact, if you look at lot of manufacturing, the so-called manufacturing that's happening in India, so we are assembling things. You take parts and you assemble them, and that's what people were doing for drones also, and still many people still do that, and we were no different. So 2016 to 19 we were assembling our own system, putting swarming algorithms. So we're focusing more on the software side rather than the hardware side. And the lesson that we learned in Pokhran was, unless you have your own electronics. So see, India has a very interesting geography. If you look at it, you have Pokhran, you have high altitude, you have Tawang, and many places, or you also have Chennai where the weather is very different, and the same drone cannot perform equally at all the locations. And so therefore we thought, if we do not have our own electronics, we're going to struggle. Because when we were in Pokhran, we saw these parts that we got from US and Switzerland, all of these parts from different part of the world were failing, because Pokhran is very harsh. It has very windy condition, very high temperatures and dust. All of that was making it hard for us.
And this is more the exterior you're talking about, or even the interiors, it becomes an issue?
Actually, I'm talking about electronics. So
Okay.
body पे कोई भी बना ले, body is like you can make a resilient body. That's easier to make it. Talking about electronics, your electronics will fry in Pokhran because it's so hot. So let's say if you build some electronic device which is meant to be appropriate for European countries, where the temperatures do not go so high. एंड दूसरा ये भी है कि जब आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स चलाते हो, फ्लाइट कंट्रोलर, मोटर कंट्रोलर, वो ऑटोमेटिकली भी गर्म होते हैं. सो अगर आपका आउटसाइड टेम्परेचर 55 डिग्री सेल्सियस है और आप अभी उनको यूज कर रहे हो, एंड देन इट्स ऑटोमेटिकली गोइंग टू जनरेट मोर हीट. So it becomes very hot and becomes difficult for these electronic devices.
And for smaller drones, I'm assuming it's more of an issue because you can't have fans and things like that. Like you can at least have in the
when Pokhran mein the, we had much larger,
the bigger ones. Okay.
So it has a 1 kg payload, and these drones were very big with a 10 kilometer range. So they were like any big drone. So issue was not the volume. The issue was the performance of electronics themselves. Because you're operating them at a very high temperature and they're not meant to be there. So that learning we understood in 2019 that look, if we want to build anything for India and if we want for commercial or defense application, we ought to have our own technology. and therefore we 2019 we pivoted. We said we'll put less of an effort on design and all of it, but let's think about electronics. So we started building our own flight controller, motor controller, GPS, and now fast forward, we're building pretty much everything that goes on a drone is designed and built at Botlab Dynamics. So that is something we have learned, and that's why we have been very successful. And I think that's a big differentiator between Botlab and anyone else, that we are indigenously designing and building everything, and that has given us capability to customize, scale up. That really helped us to scale. So now we have close to like 8,000 drones, and we've flown 5,500. But anyways, so coming back to how we started with defense, and then we thought of pivoting and we did pivot. So in 2021 we were flying 40 drones, and the drones have become from large to smaller. They become much smaller system which can fit in your hand. And then we thought, let's fly them in large numbers, and we flew 50 drones, 40 drones. And that time we were putting everything on social media, and one of that video that we had put on LinkedIn had gone viral. So by the time we got up in the morning, there was lakhs and lakhs of views, and that gave us an assurance that we are on the right path. People are liking it. And then we got invitation from Ministry of Defense, and because they knew us from all the NCNC that we had done over the years, and they said, look, you're flying smaller number of drones. Do you think you can fly 1,000 drones for beating retreat? And we said we could if you give us some financial help, because we were broke by then. And so they happily helped us get resources from Department of Science and Technology, TDP in particular. With that money, we scaled up from 40 to 1,000 drones. And the first time we did our first drone light show was on Rashtrapati Bhavan with 1,000 drones in front of President, Prime Minister, and everybody, all the VVIPs. And that made us overnight famous. Like now we are flying 1,000 drones. And what was more interesting was that in the morning, all the newspapers were reporting that India has become one of the 4th country in the world to have such capability. So that kind of gave us extra joy that, this capability has brought us to something significant. And year later in 2023, we flew 3,500 drones from Rashtrapati Bhavan. And that time India became the 2nd country in the world to have that capability. And being in India, you always, it's like school में दिखाते हैं ना कि आपको first ही आना है. तो अभी हमने सोचा कि यार second है तो first भी आ जाते हैं. And सोचा कि अभी world record बनाते हैं. So in 23 we started thinking about world record, and we flew 5,500 drones for the Ambani wedding. But at that time it did not get recorded. So in 2024 October we flew 5,500 drones and made 5 different world record, and we were kind of dominating. And then over the years we have now become one of the top 5 companies in the world to have this capability. And going forward we want to fly 10,000 drones and 15,000 drones simultaneously. And it has all happened because we are customizing our own electronics, and we are growing them to our liking or the use case. So that has really helped us to get where we are. And in this journey, we have a footprint not only just in India, all across India. We have done shows, we have done more than 500 shows, and we have done business in more than 10 countries across the world. We have very good presence in Africa, Middle East, and Sri Lanka.
But tell me, is this a growing market, the entertainment drones market? And of course, we'll talk about defense, but just the
Yeah,
entertainment drones
absolutely. If you
sector?
look at it, in Dubai, there used to be a drone light show before the war every day, and in many, many locations. And if you look at the market in China, you look at the market in US and Europe, it's a very big growing market. It is kind of replacing the fireworks, so to speak, because fireworks lead pollution and it's more dynamic. So it's really replacing. It's a modern way of celebration, and it has a potential to replace fireworks.
And what is the minimum spending that one has to do for a decent drone show?
See, it depends. These are very customer basis. है कि अगर आप you want to do a bigger show, you'll end up spending more. So let's say you spend 1,000 you want to spend for 1,000 drones, it'll cost you more because the bigger team,
Mm-hmm.
more
But like
preparation.
just an approximation that this is probably at the minimum you have to budget
See,
if you
I
have to
don't look
think.
at into the commercial part of it. I look at the
Mm-hmm.
tech part of it. The business team looks at that
No, no,
part of it.
understood.
It's just we are dealing with as small as 100 drones. So depending if somebody wants to celebrate a birthday, wedding, they can go with
Interesting.
150 drones so that it's palatable to their pocket size. And so people across the spectrum are using drone light shows, but I do recognize because it's a technology and deep tech, and still it's not accessible to maybe a common person. So it's you have to be
Mm-hmm.
little bit like maybe upper middle class, or so this technology is still not as cheap that it can be used in masses for by every wedding. That I don't think this is but that is also same for fireworks. If you look at the fancy
Yeah, of
fireworks,
course.
they're also not affordable by every single
Yeah.
person or every single event. So these are but it's also not like something very rich people will go for it. So we
And
have
it's also a skill game at the end of the day. Someone has to be there. So there are people involved who are, ultimately
yeah, yeah,
managing
and
their
end of
drone
the day,
show.
drones are flying. There's safety concern. You need engineers to operate this. But going forward, we are building our technology in a way that these drones come out of a box and come back to a box. So once that happens, and it's going to happen in like less than a year, then it become even more affordable because once the capex is gone, your technology will become even cheaper. So then every wedding can afford maybe 10 drones, 20 drones, and उसमें क्या है कि आप एक टेक्नीशियन भेज रहे हो, he is pressing the button and the
Hmm.
drones are
Hmm.
going in a box and coming back in a box. So it's
Hmm.
also the next stage, like as the technology grows it becomes cheaper and more scalable, right?
No, no, understood. And speaking of the market itself, right? Like people in general, while drones have been around until the recent wars sort of started, like you were mentioning, right? People actually didn't give much attention to drones. And now, of course, everyone is realizing that you can't do without it. And we'll speak about the defense market, but when it comes to the agri use case or the logistic use case, that is still very early in India. As a drone player, what do you think there are some of the challenges with respect to being a drone player, in India in general,
But I'll
because of
I'll
the market
add
constraints?
I'll add couple of points. So one is it's not true that India is just woken up to the use cases of drones. So we started in 16. Even then, government was uh, very aware. The drone is something. It's an upcoming technology, and Russia Ukraine war 5 years back. The focus on drone has always been there, and as a result, if you look at it, 2021 government really banned the import of all the foreign drone players and opened up the policies, and because of that players like us have the chance to do very well. So I would say government has been active on that front, so is the entrepreneurs, and that's why if you look at it, in India now currently more than 800 drone startups are there. So that has not happened overnight, right? It's a result of being this market is growing, whether you talk agri or you talk about logistics or air taxi or defense or drone light shows. So I think this whole awareness has been in India for quite some time, and if you look at it, India was part of this ecosystem pretty much at the same time everyone else. Only couple of countries have been ahead in this game. uh, that was China, that in early 2000s they had DJI, and then they took an early lead. US mein Intel was doing really well. They are the father of drone light shows. So they were kind of aware, and US has been building these Predator drones and other drones for a very very long time. But India is pretty much with the rest of the world had realized that drone is something that we need to work, and because of that, if you look at it in India, the drone ecosystem is quite big and healthy, and drone startups are supplying to defense. We are also going to supply to defense and every other sector. So that I would say that drone industry doesn't need that kind of. I mean, it's a for the time it's been as a as an industry, it's doing growing very fast.
Got it, got it. But like you're saying, I think the critical, and that's something that fascinated me also, is all the different subcomponents that you're sort of now manufacturing in-house, and which differentiates you from the rest of the players who are there. Can you talk about some of the critical subcomponents and what makes it so difficult for a player to actually do it in-house?
So see, we were flying, तो हमारा तो we got fortunate and we got lucky that we started with 1,000 drones. हमारा journey उससे start हुआ. So उसमें क्या है कि you're flying and as I said, everything is built and designed by us, right? And everything you're flying is made by and designed by us, including the body and the software and the hardware. And then when we did many shows, and then we realized our success rate is improving, and or you can say your failure is reducing. So that gave us the confidence that yeah, we know what we are doing, and we kept improving and iterating. What we realized that by I think end of third year, when we were flying thousands of drones and our error rate has come to 0.01 type, and even then we knew what part is failing at what frequency, that the idea came to us that we have like literally thousands and thousands of hours of flight data, and then we know how parts are behaving, so why don't we make reliable parts and sell it to anybody who might be interested to build a drone. And that was the thought, that let's help the drone community, and there is pretty good healthy drone community, and let's encourage everybody to build a good drone. So the idea came from that. बट उसके साथ में हम लोग ये भी सोच रहे थे इन 23 वी गॉट एन आईडेक्स प्रोजेक्ट फॉर डिफेंस प्रोजेक्ट, एंड सो वी वन दैट एंड वी स्टार्टेड बिल्डिंग अनदर ड्रोन. सो दिस होल कॉन्फिडेंस केम फ्रॉम डिफेंस एंड यू नो रनिंग आवर ओन ड्रोन लाइट शोज, कि अभी वी द डिफेंस हैज ट्रस्टेड अस, कि दे हैव गिवन अस अ प्रोजेक्ट एंड नाउ यू हैव योर ओन डेटा. सो विद दिस टू कंबाइंड अलाउड अस कि लेट्स मेक आवर ओन पार्ट्स एंड देन नाउ सेल ऑन अ ई-कॉमर्स काइंड ऑफ प्लेटफॉर्म. And touch wood, we have been really lucky and fortunate that that business also has picked up, and we've done a good healthy business last year.
And what are some of those critical components that you're making in-house?
So we build flight controller. The flight controller is like a motherboard, essentially the brain of the drone. So we have flight controller, we have motor controller which controls the speed of the motors, we have GPS, and we have receivers, and we also have LEDs and different kind of flight controllers. So we have the electronics that support the drone community.
And what is it that is so difficult in this that others haven't been able to do this at scale until now, at least?
I think it's not difficult for anybody. हम कर सकते तो कोई भी कर सकता है. So I actually never think.
I think you're being too humble by saying that. But in general, right? Like there's a reason why people have not been able to do it.
But
So,
I think it's not being humble. It's just matter of how much we worked on it. So I actually feel like Nvidia is nothing special. India can also build product like Nvidia boards. Only thing is we haven't put that much of time and skill set. So what makes Botlab products succeed is the number of times we have iterated and how much skill we have like you use your experience. So we have been building drones for forever essentially, and we've been flying drones for drone light show. And as I said, from experience we kind of kept calculating कि ये part इतने frequency पे fail हो रहा है, इसको इससे. So we use the know-how that we got from ground. And that is why I'm not being humble. I just say that, and that's why I have faith in electronics in India. कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि चाइना कर पा रहा है, यूएस कर पा रहा है, हम नहीं कर पा रहे. Only thing is कि they started and they just started building experience. Because see,
and how do you benchmark ourselves to, let's say, China in terms of, let's use a swarm drone as an example, in terms of the size, weight, performance, etc. How are we compared to China?
So देखो अभी क्या है, if you look at it, China का ecosystem is much bigger. And so is US ka. I mean, they are making predator drones. I mean, like if you have to compare, let's compare yourself with Turkey, Iran. I know there are really big players, and they also started much before us. So Iran also started in early 2000. So is Turkey. I mean, they have famous brands. Bayraktar hai, Shahed hai. China is like way ahead of everyone else in everything else. So I would say when it comes to drone light show particularly, so see, drone industry is very big. So you can't just benchmark everything and everything.
Yeah, of course.
So when it comes to drone light show, so I would say we are pretty good at when you look at the drone light show performance, we are pretty much same as, like if you look at my drone light show and you look at US ka or China ka, so I think you will see Botlab is as good as anyone else. But when it comes to the tech, underlying tech,
Hmm.
as
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
said, if you have drones that come out of box, anybody can fly. And China is already at that level. They have drones which come out of box, and you can deploy them from anywhere. So I would say this drone light show में China is at least generation or two ahead of us. But when it comes to defense, surveillance drone, or logistics or agri, China is probably 3-4 generation ahead of Indian ecosystem. So I mean, and same goes for any other country. So they have, and again, China has an added advantage. They are the manufacturing facility for the entire world. They can iterate much faster than I can do. They have the
Hmm.
whole
Hmm.
ecosystem with them. So,
Hmm.
but ये है कि if you keep at it, of course you can aim to get somewhere. But when it comes to China, we are uh, probably not as we are not where we should be,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
mostly
But tell me
because
from an ecosystem point of view, because that is what is also coming out as the big gap. It's not a company per se, but how the ecosystem is also supporting each of the companies there. What do you think we can learn from what they've done
a lot list बहुत
that we
लंबी
should
है.
do?
तो
Like
what
whatever, top three, five
no, there's
things.
not. It has to be top 100 because China has gotten into this business in 1980s. So they focus
Hmm.
on manufacturing. So see,
Hmm.
drone ecosystem is not by itself. You have to think of they invested in building electronic components. They make their own register, transistor, chip manufacturing, PCB design, PCB manufacturing. So they created the entire ecosystem, which is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. They focus on manufacturing, and then electronic manufacturing was just one part of it. So India is getting that right now. We are opening up a lot of first bureaucratic hurdles, and now we are encouraging people to build the ecosystem. I mean, for example, if you look at China, they have built their own lithium ion batteries, which are used in EVs and also used in drones.
Don't, yeah.
है ना. तो अब will you say it's part of drone eco? It just they focus
Hmm.
on,
Hmm.
and then they have rare earth, and they make their own magnets, they make their own motors, propellers. So then whole manufacturing has kind of given wings to drone ecosystem because they are focusing on manufacturing per se. And in that, of course, every industry will benefit. I mean, if you look at they are putting AI on hardware, they are not going after chatbots, but because now they have independent hardware that they use the AI and they use for defense. They are able to do it because they have been focusing on hardware, and that ecosystem allows them. So उनके वहाँ पे जैसे government incentives are quite heavy, funding issues are being resolved, and simultaneously they've taken care of the raw material कि अगर एक company बन रही है तो उसको raw material भी चाहिए. So I think that's what ecosystem means. I mean, abhi, if you look at Indian ecosystem, we are quite dependent on foreign players, and to become fully independent, we are right on the path, but it'll take us time.
Yeah. And I think which is why the vertical integration strategy that you're doing, and I've heard some other companies in India also have to do it. I mean, it's actually not something you might want to do, but you're having to do because of the lack of ecosystem, right? What are some of the, and of course, it's bringing you advantage because you're able to, do everything in-house, right, rather than importing from outside. What are some of the disadvantages that come from that? And as a result, is this a model that you think as a country, of course, we are doing it right now, but can it scale at a industry level, or at some stage, we'll have to do what they're doing?
Imperative hai. You don't have any choice anymore. I mean, you have to do
Hmm.
vertical integration, and that's a choice we did not have. If I
Hmm.
want to build, let's say, 10,000 drones, if I'm not vertically integrated, I can't be economically viable because I need to. I'll give you one example. कि पहले जब हम लोग असेंबल करते थे और फर्स्ट जो ड्रोन हम बना रहे थे उसमें वी यूज टू बाय दिस हियर प्लस का GPS and would cost us 40,000 something, and you also have custom issues and it takes time. So what choice do I have to make my own GPS, and same goes for the country. If we really want to be self-sustainable in drones or something, you really have to innovate. You have to have the capability to build your own electronics, and I think India is at a stage we know now it's imperative, it's not a choice anymore. You
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
to build your own technology, and you see that now happening. in EVs, Ather is a big example. They're completely vertically integrated and they're hugely successful. We are
Hmm.
completely vertically integrated. It's not a choice, it's a demand from the market now. How do I reduce the cost? How do I, bring it to the level that customer can afford it? And for me also, another thing is, if you're not vertically integrated, you do not understand some supply chain issues होंगे, and also
Hmm.
you won't be able to understand the complexities. So for example, I always give this example. हम पोखरन में गए थे. We were using this flight controller which is made in Europe, and we were struggling that why is this flight controller not working in Pokhran like conditions, and we wrote to the company and they refused to tell us because it's their proprietary. Of course they won't tell you.
Hmm.
But then
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
realized कि यार ये उनकी भी गलती नहीं है, हमारी भी नहीं है. We have to build our own things where we
Hmm.
have full control of the full stack, and especially we are entering into defense and so many players are into defense. तो आपको बनाना ही पड़ेगा so that I know every layer and I can tell the defense कि इस condition में ये होएगा, and this is I mean, that way I can have full transparency, or else there will always be this unknown factor that you would not know.
And which is why you've also launched the BotLab store, right, where you're supplying some of these components to other drone players. What's been some of the early learnings in terms of trying to scale that up?
आई थिंक उसमें भी हमने वही ये कि वी शुड हैव द लार्जर capacity, and that's why we moved to a bigger facility now
Hmm.
to address, because there's a huge market, you can address them, but उसके लिए कि you have to be ready, you should be able to turn around faster. There's a huge demand, and that our learning has been the the cycle to demand to supply should be shorter and shorter, and that's what we are working on it.
It's basically setting up that capacity to be able to serve that
Yes,
demand,
and I think
essentially.
that's what we are learning. It's true for anything you do in India. There, the capacity is increasing, the faith, and I think the
Hmm.
big thing has happened is the faith has come
Hmm.
to Indian tech. People now, जैसे शुरू में हम जब ड्रोन लाइट शो पिच करते थे टू सम ऑफ द रिच क्लाइंट्स, so they would always say कि हम बाहर से ले आएंगे, हम रशिया से ले आएंगे, हम यूएस से ले आएंगे. So what has changed now is with the credibility that Indian ecosystem है, अभी वो question नहीं है. They are like,
Hmm.
okay, what lab is doing, so will do a good job, and that kind of faith you see in lot of at least in drone area, people do not question कि चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा, is it as good as,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
Indian tech system has done that differently. कि that faith
Interesting.
has come back to the tech, Indian tech.
One of the things you mentioned to get to that stage where there is that faith is that R&D, investing, all of that you've done over the years, right? And this is a space that now, of course, everyone is talking about deep tech, drones, etc. But historically, I'm sure when you started, it wasn't one of the spaces that investors found very interesting. What has been that learning for you in that phase in terms of, managing from a capital point of view?
Oh, of course, there is a difference of day and night. When
Hmm.
the early days, it was very hard to get any kind of funding, and that way, being in IIT Delhi helped us quite a bit. We could get early funding from government through IIT, and IIT also supported us. And hardware was, like I always used to joke, hardware is hard, especially for VCs. They would not want to look at, and we pitched to early VCs so much, so many times, and I realized कि ये hard रहेगा. We can't be able to pitch it to them because the many reasons. They were also not wrong because ecosystem ही नहीं था, and so that was a big challenge getting early funding. And so if you look at it, it's still also many of the hardware startups are bootstrapped for many years till they show some traction and all of that. But what has changed is now, and उसमें ये भी था, एक तो हार्डवेयर एंड डिफेंस, अगर आप दो चीजें बोल दो, इट्स लाइक अ सुसाइड. एक तो आप
Hmm.
बोल दो कि
Hmm.
आई एम पिचिंग फॉर अ हार्डवेयर स्टार्टअप, तो स्टिल यू कैन गेट सम फंडिंग, बट यू से कि ओके इट्स फॉर डिफेंस एप्लीकेशन, तो डबल टैबू हो गया आपका. एंड हमारा तो कितनी बार रिजेक्शन हुआ है. We just can't even remember the number of times we got rejected, because the moment you say defense, people just want to throw you out of the room ki why are you
Hmm.
wasting our time. So
Hmm.
we realize कि this is the situation, and now things have changed quite a bit. Now उल्टा हो गया है कि hardware and defense have become the most attractive places to invest in. So a lot
Hmm,
of
hmm,
defense
hmm.
companies are now getting good investment, including us. We've done several rounds. So that has that's why I say it's a huge shift has happened in Indian VC psychology. A lot of
Hmm.
funding. If you show a potential good idea, you could easily get funding now.
Yes.
And
And
also, deep tech has become a word. Pehle deep tech was also not given its place as it deserves
hmm,
because
hmm.
everybody felt like deep tech है महंगा होगा बहुत साल लगेंगे क्या भरोसा है कि कमर्शियल भी होगा तो now actually I mean as a VC world have come to the realization कि it's a deep tech which will give much better returns कि your IP has to be your own.
Yeah, I think people are also realizing that, and that's my view also, that if we have to do what we need to do as a country, all the development goals that we have, we can't do that without manufacturing. And when we talk about manufacturing, it is some of the specialized manufacturing that you and some of the others are doing. And so a lot more capital that needs to go. I would say even more than what we are now. We probably need 10, 20, 30x of the capital to be deployed to be able to do justice, right? And to be able to compete with the likes of China, etc. And you were, mentioning about defense, and of course, you daggle between defense and entertainment drones. Some of the components I'm assuming is common, but what are some of the differences, and how do you navigate the two different industries, both from a product point of view and then from a sector point of view also?
एक्चुअली देखो एंड में ड्रोन इज अ ड्रोन राइट डिफेंस में आपको ये कि इंक्रिप्शन लगाना पड़ेगा यू कांट हैव ओपन प्रोटोकॉल्स यू नो यू वांट टू बी सो डिफेंस सो I mean, early on, that's what the struggle we had because a lot of time when we were pitching, people are like, "अरे तुम drone light show कर रहे हो, defense कर रहे हो, you're confused as a
Hmm,
founder, right?"
hmm, hmm,
And it took me quite some time to explain कि यार end में it's a drone tech which is common to both the sector and essentially there's literally no difference. The difference comes in complexity. कि defense drone is lot more complex and the drone light show drone or even the drone component the store that you talked about kind of simpler but underlying principles are just the same. So for example if I'm making a defense drone I would not want a simple drone with camera. I want encryption कि मैं जो भी data आ रहा है it's highly encrypted and I do not do any processing on the drone because if the drone is caught by someone else should not get anything about me. So that's the layer you have to put and so you would want more fancy drone for defenses like आपका drone is not just flying because you will fly in hostile environment so you want your drone to be GPS denied environment में it can it can function it can handle jamming or it can do navigation with vision so you have to imagine कि defense drone there's no difference per se it's lot more complex and then you have to think when you build कि a commercial application drone will be simpler and cheaper. A defense drone would be like you have to use better processor. I mean, it'll become a lot more expensive because now you have to be selective when you build that drone, and therefore the cost would be very different. A commercial drone will be a lot cheaper, and defense drone might end up being like 5 to 10 times expensive. बट अभी वो नहीं है कि हाँ डिफेंस ड्रोन और कमर्शियल ड्रोन में मिल ग्रेड डिफरेंसेस हैं आई मीन द डिफरेंसेस आर इन कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी इन प्रोग्रामिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ हार्डवेयर यू पिक बट ऐसा नहीं है कि इट विल बी जस्ट टू रगेड इट डजंट नीड टू बी
So basically, your product teams internally also in the way you structure can will be probably similar or the same, whereas your business teams, because these are two different industries, you have different
So
business
R&D
teams.
has to be same.
Hmm,
What can be
hmm.
different is the business team because जो बंदा flight controller बनाता है he knows how to make a flight controller now he can make a flight controller for a defense application which will require separate accessories but as a principle there is no difference right the drone has to fly the
Hmm,
drone has
hmm,
to
hmm.
cover a certain distance and drone has to carry certain payload.
Yep. Tell me, as we were doing some research, we found there are products like Hornet, right? Which are like really miniature drones. What does it take for us to get to that level?
Money. So we talked about Black Hornet, right? It was a
हाँ हाँ.
startup which was bought by Fleur, and it's a 36-gram drone, which is very small.
हम्म
And see,
हम्म
it's again, it's not like such a big deal that you can't make it. हमने अभी we are delivering to defense under 250-gram drone, which is a the day camera and night camera, and a lot of complexities we have added. So why can't we miniaturize is again the ecosystem. कि आपको एक
हम्म.
PCB बनानी है जो बहुत छोटी है, and see, making a bigger drone is much easier. So making electronics which are smaller, you have heat management, signal का issue होता है,
हम्म
interference होती है. तो again it's about the more than ecosystem, skill. आपके पास स्किल है
हम्म
वो मैनेज करने की. एंड अभी जैसे अगर आप देखो तो सेल फोन है, लॉट ऑफ सेल फोन्स स्टिल नॉट मेड और डिजाइन इन इंडिया. रीजन ये कि आपको मदरबोर्ड बनाने के लिए लोग नहीं है यहाँ पे, उनको एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है. अब 10 बार फेल हो गए आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि छोटा कैसे करना है. एंड वी आर गोइंग टूवर्ड्स ब्लैक हॉर्नेट बिकॉज वी हैव लर्न नाउ हाउ टू मिनिचराइज एंड एक
हम्म.
टाइम आएगा, इन्फ्लिक्शन आएगा कि हाँ नाउ यू नो हाउ टू डू अ स्मॉलर सिस्टम, राइट? वो पॉसिबल हो जाता है.
Mm-hmm. And is there enough business demand, like on the defense side, for some of this innovation? Because it will be probably be more costly than some of the other products out there. And in general also, right? Like while there's a lot of talk about drones in defense also, is the procurement catching up to that noise?
इट इज अगर आप देखो तो आई थिंक 1,000+ करोड़ का प्रोक्योरमेंट एवरी ईयर होता है.
Hmm,
एंड
hmm,
लॉट
hmm,
ऑफ स्टार्टअप्स आर सप्लाइंग टू दैट. तो
hmm,
बिजनेस इज देयर एंड ओनली थिंग डिमांड है, सप्लाई नहीं है.
hmm,
अगर आप
hmm,
देखो
hmm,
कि इफ इंडिया में अभी वी आर द फर्स्ट वन टू बिल्ड अ नैनो ड्रोन फॉर डिफेंस एप्लीकेशन. सो वी हैव मेड द
hmm,
स्मॉलेस्ट ड्रोन for both defense and commercial application, and we have already have a order for defense and we are supplying by July. So
hmm,
there is a demand because Indian defense has been exposed to drones through foreign players. I mean,
hmm,
Black
hmm,
Hornet has been part of Indian armed forces for a long time. We have many, and if you look at Black Hornet, how much it cost, it's like छोटा सा drone है, it's a pack of 2.5 crore का they were selling us. So I mean,
and it's like this tiny,
it's like this time, like इतना है
tiny.
जितना. तो it's it's the cost, right? If you buy from,
Uh,
but I personally believe because our drone is now much cheaper, so
hmm, hmm,
we can bring the cost way down, like 10 time down.
hmm.
तो वो एक फर्क रहता है कि जब भी आप टेक्नोलॉजी बाहर से ले रहे हो. I mean, iPhone costs a lot more in India than it costs in US, just from
Hmm.
consumer to consumer, right?
Hmm,
Because
hmm, hmm.
it's kind of local product to them.
Got it. So you're saying technically it can be done, and like you're saying, it's a question of R&D spending, etc., etc.
आई थिंक वही मैं बोल रही हूँ कि
Hmm.
जैसे इकोसिस्टम बिल्डिंग, राइट? अभी आप देखो कि इतने
Hmm.
सारे लोग हैं हमारे टीम में, देयर आर मोर देन 300 पीपल, एंड देन दिस एक्सपर्टीज यू गेन, द मैन
Hmm.
पावर,
Hmm.
स्किल सेट जैसे ही आ
Hmm.
जाएगा तो यू विल बी एबल टू डू इट. यू नीड दैट एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ मेकिंग दिस सिस्टम्स इन अ सर्टेन वॉल्यूम एंड एरिया.
Interesting. I want to talk a little bit about your journey because your journey is also very interesting. You moved from being a researcher to on the business side, and in that period, you chose a more difficult sector, not the easiest sector. What was that shift for you as an individual, also, right? Like,
एक्चुअली ऐसे कुछ है नहीं. मतलब आई सेड ना, जब मैं कॉलेज में थी एंड तब भी आई यूज टू सी कि यार जैसे हैवी, आई मीन नॉट हैवी बट लाइक दिस माइक्रोस्कोप्स, 3D इमेजिंग माइक्रोस्कोप्स जैसे होते
hmm,
हैं, दे वर सो एक्सपेंसिव, लाइका और जायस के, कि आवर प्रोफेसर्स वोंट अलाउ देम टू इवन टच. कि बिकॉज अभी भी होता है कॉलेजेस में, आप IIT में ही चले
uh,
जाओ, labs are not fully accessible because lot of these equipment is expensive.
yeah.
So that was the first time in college I thought कि ये हम क्यों नहीं
Hmm,
freely accessible. Computers भी तब ऐसे थे कि सबको नहीं मिलेगा. And I went to US for PhD, and then I saw कि हर कोई can use any equipment, everybody had a laptop, हम सबको Dell
hmm,
laptop मिला हुआ था. So
hmm,
that kind of bothers your self respect कि ये क्या है, मतलब why can't we have access. फिर तो सर्कल ही हो गया ना कि मुझे एक्सपोजर नहीं है, मैं बना नहीं सकता. तो इट्स लाइक
hmm, hmm,
only
hmm,
people can afford all of that. And then so that has always been on my mind, that why do we have such dependency, and because dependency है तो वो equipment का cost ज़्यादा है, and because of that students in India are not able to use it, because of that students in India are not getting expertise on it. वो पूरा circle ही बना हुआ है. तो when I had met Tanmay and we were discussing, so I used to tell him कि यार तू drone बना रहा है, but I also have this so then I asked him कि तू क्यों drone बना रहा है, like why is that you are so interested in drone. And his father was in police and my father was in police, and he was like कि there is a more personal reason कि अगर आप डिफेंस में देखो, we still have more than 80% dependency by the way still, कि आपके फाइटर जेट हैं, जो इक्विपमेंट हैं, सो सारे ही तो हम बाहर से ले रहे हैं. एंड दैट यूज टू बॉदर तन्मय क्वाइट अ बिट कि हमारा है ना 80-90% डिपेंड, उसमें भी 90% वी आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन रशिया, कि अभी तक आज की डेट में भी अगर आप देखो तो. सो दैट्स व्हाट हिज मोटिवेशन वाज कि व्हाई कांट आई मेक वन थिंग, कि हम थोड़ा डिपेंडेंसी तो कम करें. एंड दैट वाज हिज रीजन ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू ड्रोन्स एंड डिफेंस, that let's reduce some dependency. And I found कि I had so many friends and nobody ever understood this, and Tanmay instantly understood. This was the point that we became really good close friends. We started running together, and every time we used to discuss this only. We were obsessed about talking about Indian hardware system कि क्यों नहीं बन रहा है. You look at it, and then he explained me, and I was under the impression कि यार IIT Delhi है, he would have lot of funding, why should he be struggling. And then I realized कि बाप रे, funding is so scarce in hardware that this absolutely brilliant engineer is struggling to even survive, and he had gotten lot of money from his home. So that's how we came together, that we felt that we have the same quest. We both want to build in India, because I hated having that kind of dependency through my bachelor's, master's, PhD, and I saw the difference कि US में why people are able to innovate, because everything is accessible to them, and at a much, every college has access to everything, and that
I think this common infrastructure is really lacking, and this is something that has come up in my earlier conversations also, that you need a lot more common R&D kind of infrastructure for
yes.
people to tinker. Do you see anything happening? Like I've seen on the ground, very small initiatives, where some companies have pulled together, some capital and they've created like a local R&D setup. But I don't know, I have not come across anything that at least happening at scale. Like, is this something you've come across?
I think अभी हो गया है. अगर आप देखो तो every now institution has these incubation centers, and these incubation centers have common facilities. You have 3D printing, PCB design, PCB manufacturing, PCB SMT facilities are there. So I think वो अभी already हो गया है. There's a common facilities. I mean, IIT Delhi, where we come from, there's a very nice incubation center. There are common facilities. You go to IIT Madras, they have a huge facility. So and also what is happening is you can also like rent out. So the common facilities, you can rent the facility. So all of that is, and that's why you see a lot of products are coming out of India. This ecosystem is building, it's in action. In fact, you can just pay a little bit. People can do 3D printing for you, metal से लेके ABS तक. So all of that has just changed from the point when we were there. There was only like IIT Delhi का workshop हम लोग use करते थे, and mostly for free. But अभी it's more organized. There are central facilities which you can use.
Yeah. No, in fact, coincidentally, I'm seeing a lot of startups come from Odisha on the deep tech side, and it seems like there's some ecosystem building there also, which
उनका शायद एक कॉलेज है ना, KIP के साथ.
हाँ, तो वहाँ पे I think 2-3 colleges are there where I'm seeing students come from and doing interesting sort of work on the deep tech side. So I'm sort of quite happy to see like beyond Delhi and Madras, because not everyone will have access to these colleges, right? You need it more sort of spread out.
अगर Sarvesh, if you see, जैसे MET है, Shiv Nadar है, it's not just IITs I'm talking.
Which is saying even they have that.
Every college has their own incubation center. They have realized that you need to build this central facilities, and to some extent they can support their own teams.
No, no, superb. I remember when I was doing my MBA and
Mhm.
we had a subject on economics, if I remember that class, and the whole discussion for that one session was should India do manufacturing or should we only focus on services? And I still remember the discussion. And I was like, boss,
Answer
why will
क्या?
you have that discussion even?
Yeah.
And this is an IIM we are talking about. So so this is like it was mind-boggling that that was the conversation back then. And of course it's now whatever 15, 16 years since that. So a lot has changed. But I'm glad to see that now if you're seeing that it's quite spread out. Clearly that wasn't the case some years back. To me, there's
इवन
one
आपके
aspect.
आईएम्स में भी अभी इतने सारे इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स हैं.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
IIM
There are.
Ahmedabad has a very nice incubation center which leads to,
Yeah.
they connect and they create the network.
Yeah, even I am Kozhikode, where I come from. IMK Live is now successfully incubating for the last many years.
Yes, yes.
So there is one aspect I wanted to touch base with you, you personally, and this is one of the things that I am sort of personally also very passionate about. You don't come across too many women founders in this space, especially, right? And when you talk about defense and deep tech, I mean, the combination is a deadly one where I can't think of too many people I've spoken with apart from you. How has that been that aspect of the journey for you in terms of navigating an environment where you don't come across many women co-founders, peers, etc.
बट आप अगर जैसे देखो तो एवरी फाउंडर्स जर्नी इज अ लोनली जर्नी, वेदर यूर अ मैन और अ वुमन. सो आई
Mm,
थिंक
mm,
दैट वे वी आर लकी कि हम उतना नोटिस करते नहीं है, बिकॉज आई टॉक टू
uh,
अदर फाउंडर्स, एवरीबडी
mm,
हैज द सेम. इट्स लाइक अ
mm,
लोनली पाथ आप चल रहे हो. सो दैट वे
mm, mm,
वी हैव
mm,
बीन फॉर्चुनेट कि वो
mm,
हमें लगा नहीं. एंड
mm,
being at IIT in all these places, people have been very kind. So personally, I haven't felt, any difference.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad if that's the case. Tell me, you were talking about from a capital point of view, right? And that is something as an investor, we have this discussion every other day as to like I'm a growth stage investor, early growth to growth investor, right? And we have that discussion, especially with deep tech, as to what's the right stage for us to come in. Because while an early stage investor is okay to put in money where there is product risk, we as investors want to not take product risk, we take a scale up risk, right? And as you are also scaling up, you'll meet a lot of more people like us, right, who are in that in somewhat similar evaluation, or of course, everyone will be slightly different. What is it that you think business models like yours can sort of do to de-risk, that sort of aspect from an investor as sort of they are thinking?
वो हमने ऑलरेडी कर लिया सर्वेश. तो हम
Hmm.
पहले 3 साल इतने स्ट्रगल किए ना, बिकॉज वी वर लाइक ब्लाइंडर्स लगे होते हैं ना कि हम
Hmm.
डिफेंस करेंगे और कुछ नहीं करेंगे.
Hmm.
एंड
Hmm.
उस टाइम पे भी वी हैड लॉट ऑफ ऑफर्स टू डू अदर थिंग्स, बिकॉज वी न्यू हाउ टू बिल्ड टेक. एंड बट हमने लाइक नहीं नहीं डिफेंस ही करेंगे. एंड देन थ्री इन दोज फर्स्ट अर्ली 3 years वी वेंट बैंकरप्ट मेनी टाइम्स.
Hmm.
I had put all my money, Tanmay had put, Anuj had put, and the team wasn't taking any salary. So that was we were so poor that we learned we'll not be poor. Like हमने एक lesson बनाया कि अभी कभी गरीब नहीं होना है, because गरीब होने से बहुत सारी चीजें आप नहीं कर पाते हो. तो हमने
Hmm.
to de-risk, it was our early plan कि as soon as our tech becomes stable, we'll do the
Hmm.
component business. So component business is not something that just came up to us. In early journey, we had realized we'll never be have only one stream of revenue. We'll diversify the sources of revenue. So the moment our drone light show was becoming stable, we had competed for defense orders. So we got into IDEX program, we won it. So that became our second vertical. And then we started building components, and then that allowed us to become stable. So that became our third vertical. So we had drone light show, defense, and then component. And while we were doing this, we got fortunate and we started building simulators. And now we have sold more than 100 simulators in Indian Armed Forces. So that's a fourth vertical that is working. So my, like being a founder, that has been my worry and responsibility, that some source of revenue is always there. So let's say A is not doing well, B is doing well, or then C is doing well. So ये हमारा learning था कि you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Like for example, I feel very jealous of entrepreneurs in US. They do one tech and they can get the help from ecosystem, even if take them like 10 years. they'll be at it and they'll keep getting the resources. But in India, we don't have that luxury. We have to think of, and that's how we make ourselves little bit immune. That we'll always, at least at Botlab, we'll always have at least multiple sources of revenue, defense and non-defense.
That's a very good learning for the other entrepreneurs also, like you're saying, as you're focusing on defense, and that's where a lot of the value creation will come from. But at the same time, you have the other products that keep the engine running until then.
Yes, we learned this lesson very hard way कि आपको करना ही पड़ेगा, स्पेशली इन डीप
Hmm.
टेक. तो डीप टेक में सर्वेश है भी एक प्रॉब्लम ना कि टेक्स टाइम, बिकॉज दैट काइंड ऑफ आईपी डजंट एग्जिस्ट. आपको खुद का आईपी बनाना है, टीम
Hmm.
बनाना है. So you have to have projects which become financially viable in 6 months, 9 months, 2 years, 4 years kind of cycle you have to think, and you'll have to have these overlapping timelines. So you have something that you're releasing in the market.
Interesting. Given everything that you've now achieved, what's like the next 5 year goal for you?
यार हमारा गोल तो एक ही है कि वी वांट टू बी द
Hmm.
एनवीडिया ऑफ द वर्ल्ड इन ड्रोन सेक्टर. दैट वी वांट टू बी नोन फॉर बिल्डिंग
Hmm.
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स हार्डवेयर एंड द बेस्ट.
Hmm.
And we
Hmm.
know that
Hmm.
sky is the only limit. So we are very focused. We want to stay focused on electronic design and manufacturing. We know the market is in trillions, not even in billions. And India, so I always say the great thing is कि अभी इंडिया में इकोसिस्टम नहीं था, ये सब है साफ, बट उसका एक अच्छी बात भी है. अच्छी बात ये है कि मार्केट इज देयर एंड नॉट मेनी प्लेयर्स. दैट मीन्स फॉर अस इज अ ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटी. So of course we struggled, but end of the tunnel, it's you're looking at a very bright sun. That you have a huge market, and that's showing. Like more we produce, more we getting traction, and we started like just 4 years back. We were like 10 people, and now we are 300. So that is also an endorsement that the market is huge. It's growing, and India is at the right time, and we are also being part of this journey at really good time. So I'm very bullish about building electronic design, electronic components in India, and be it for drone, be it for cell phone, it's going to happen. I mean, India is already thinking of chip design. It is just the beginning. So anybody in this
And are
sector,
you thinking of beyond drones also, or like the focus for the foreseeable future is on drones
ये
and
ड्रोन ही
electronics only?
बहुत बड़ा है. और गुड थिंग इज कि जो ड्रोन में यूज होता है, इट्स नॉट यूनिक टू ड्रोन.
That's true. Hmm.
So that's a good thing कि we are
Hmm.
focusing on only, for example, you need receiver, transmitter, and lot of things, motor controller. These are the know-how that you need everywhere. It's
Hmm.
nothing
Hmm.
unique to drone. Even the drone parts are not very, like same microcontroller you can use in somewhere else, and same microcontroller can go on a flight controller. So, and अभी के लिए तो drone industry is very big. So we want to stay very focused on drone, but अभी drone में ही बहुत कुछ करने का है. But let's say you have like 5,000 PCB designers and hardware engineers, but still it's so vast that you can address anything.
No, completely agree. And I've asked this question to multiple entrepreneurs on this show, but I will tell you at the risk of, others not liking it, is the best answer I have received thus far. Just the ambition and I've, been fortunate to visit your facility and spend some time with you. I've been blown away by everything that you guys are doing. So I really appreciate you taking out the time for this, Dr. Sarita. I've really enjoyed our conversation always, and so as the case been with this one.
Thank you, Sarvesh. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Really appreciate you doing it.
Okay,
Thank
bye
you.
bye.